My daughter moved the Pikachu, and now I am very aware that it is directly over my head.
You probably don't know I read these books, they're part of me.
Philadelphia-based rapper Black Thought of The Roots is back in collaboration with the soul and funk band Michels Affair. Together, they have released an album called Glorious Game. This is a short but sweet hip-hop album featuring the legend himself, but also with the amazing production of Michels Affair, who have been the backup band for artists such as Wu-Tang as well as Freddie Gibbs. The album begins with the song Grateful, which sets the stage for the album in Black Thought rapping about growing up as a black person in America. He sings about losing friends and family, but also he feels grateful for being able to make it out alive. The album also plays with themes of nostalgia, with Black Thought referencing the Black Panthers, but also the film JoJo Dancers, which is a Richard Pryor film from the 1980s. The song also features a sample of Ting-a-Ling by the Jamaican dancehall artist Shabba Ranks. This song, which was released in the 90s, is heavily processed on this track and sounds almost as if it's from the 1950s. Although I enjoy how it is used on this song, I'm still a little bit uncomfortable considering that Shabba Ranks is a very known homophobe. And when I say that, I don't mean it lightly. Like, Shabba Ranks advocated for crucifying gay people, which is kind of as explicit as you can get. I realize Shabba's music was influential, but considering the ongoing attacks on the LGBTQ plus community, I am disappointed at its inclusion here. Of course, like, it's hard to conceive of what a different song with a different sample would have sounded like. I just find it weird that people, like, even Kanye West wants to rehabilitate the image of Shabba Ranks. I mean, with him, it makes probably a little bit more sense, but I don't see why there is this need here to sort of, like, glorify Shabba, considering his past comments. However, with all that being said, I still enjoyed this song. I just, knowing that about Shabba just sort of puts a damper on what would have been a fantastic song. The title track, Glorious Game, sees Black Thought reflecting on these days of pimping and macking, which he describes as the glory days. There is something about the game that seemed to give life meaning to Black Thought, that as you struggle, maybe one day you'll be wearing the fur coat. Black Thought himself is almost braggadocious here, but he also highlights that not everyone gets to make it. There was also a playful jab at cryptocurrency, which I appreciated, as he kind of references it as a get-rich-quick scheme. And this seems to be in contrast with the hard work that Black Thought put in to leaving the streets of South Philly. Keeping with the nostalgia vibes, singer Kirby delivers a beautiful retro-sounding chorus on this track. After two tracks that are about overcoming these obstacles and almost bragging about it, we get the track I'm Still Somehow. This song is about black trauma, with Black Thought singing that being a black man is a job. My only complaint about this song is that it ends with a cringy line about being too powerful to cancel. But overall, this song is short and to the point and has this nice kind of soul vibe to it, as if it was straight out of Motown. The song Hollow Way is about how this trauma manifests itself into violence. The first half of the song sort of spells this out, but then there is this dramatic shift in the tempo of the song that seems to pull the song from nostalgia to present day, with the beat feeling like you're being chased. Black Thought then seems to be describing some kind of drug deal that ends with someone being stabbed, only for the song to snap back to the retro vibes with this heavily reverb voice saying, "We've got to stop." Leon Michels' production combined with Black Thought's wordplay just makes for an incredible track on this one. The track Protocol sees Black Thought rapping as if he is an alien stranded on Earth, which somewhat connects back to the track I'm Still Somehow, where Black Thought referred to happy black boys being aliens. Although it becomes more clear in the song that this feeling of being an alien seems more to be about crossing the red line and traveling into North Philly, which shows the history of segregation of that city. Black Thought even raps about how businesses wouldn't open for him. The chorus features Son Little, who has previously collaborated with The Roots, and he delivers this beautiful and catchy chorus. The song also ends with this beautiful horn section that's just mesmerizing. The track The Weather is just pure nostalgia, with Black Thought positively reminiscing about growing up in South Philly. Although, in the end, it turns back to how things can turn on a dime, and how most of the times that they would get together, it seemed to be for funerals. This song also plays with tempo shifts to a really cool effect, as the verses move from a slow timbre to something more faster paced. The track, That Girl, is a beautiful and wonderful song about Black Thought's wife, Michelle. There's not much to say here. It's just straightforward infatuation that is combined with this really cool guitar riff that sort of echoes and pops in and out. The track I Would Never sees Black Thought rapping about how the arts or education is one way to escape poverty, but how making it doesn't seem to solve racism. He sings here about how the system continues to put up barriers and how police will break the law and then say that they do it just because. Even the act of making it, as he put it, is seen as somewhat suspicious. The song alone sort of responds to this by bringing up the idea of community and how all these struggles will not be done alone. The song even has this live vibe to it, as if it has this authentic community feel to it. The song Miracle seems to be about Black Thought reflecting on an earlier relationship with a girl that was on the other side of the tracks. It is also a reflection on how interracial relationships can be difficult to navigate, considering the history of racism in America. Although mostly it does sort of play as a light song about the kind of giddiness involved in early relationships. We then get a reprise of the chorus for the song Glorious Game, with Kirby again on the vocals, and it seems to be trying to sort of wrap up the album as if we're starting to leave this idea of the game being glorious. The album then ends with the song Alter Ego, which is probably my least favorite song here. The song has Black Thought reflecting on his past and deciding to leave his alter ego behind, which seems to mean settling down or getting sober. And both of these things might be good, but given the themes of this album, it seems almost weak to conclude on a note of self-improvement, especially considering that redlining, anti-miscegenation, racist policing, etc. Are not going to be fixed or solved by self-improvement alone. I mean, maybe it is too much to expect Black Thought to have some sort of like weighty conclusion at the end of this album beyond his own self-improvement. And that is fair, but with the album cover having a panther face on it, you think there should be like maybe more of something about community groups and solidarity efforts that are worth propping up as well. That being said, I found this album to be well produced. L. Michels Affair provided these jam band soul nostalgic vibes that really complemented the lyricism brought forth by Black Thought. On the whole, it is a short but concise portrait of growing up black in America with some catchy hooks and some poetic bars. Which means overall this was a great album, and I guess I would say I'm feeling an 8 out of 10 on this one. Yeah. How are you feeling with this one? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know down below. Also consider liking the video or subscribing to the channel. Of course, every like and subscription helps with boosting me in the algorithm. So if you have been enjoying my reviews so far, that is one way that you can help. And yeah, Pokemon.